Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the License and Variance Board meeting for July 10th. I'm Andrea Worthy. I am the acting chairperson today. We've got our B team in today. I'm the Economic Development Director for the city. And to my left is Mary Moore, our Library Director. And to her left is Eric Mormon, our Deputy Fire Chief. So this constitutes your License and Variance Board today. Let's get started with our first item. Is Mr. Corelli in the room? Okay, good. So we have license 2024-012, a privileged license agent change request for beer and wine and Sunday sales retail package at 475 Windy Hill Road. Windy Hill Smyrna LLC with Satish Corelli as the agent. How are you, Mr. Corelli? Can you state your name for the record, please? Okay. Tell us a little bit about your current position there at the Windy Hill Smyrna LLC. What's the name of the store, actually?
Chevron, it's a Chevron
It's the
gas
Shell?
station.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So tell us a little bit about your position there.
So, yeah, we are taking over the store, like from another business. So this is my first business.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So you're currently operating there. How often are you actually in the store?
Yeah, I'm the operator and I will be at the store.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Have you served as an agent at a previous location somewhere
Yeah,
before?
no.
This is your first time? Okay. How do you all verify age at the store?
Check the ID.
Okay,
Yeah.
just a physical?
Physical ID.
Okay, physical check. And how are your employees trained?
We like have a 7-day training practice, like training with the already experienced person.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Through the state? Have the background checks been completed? I assume so. Okay. And we have the certificate that you've taken the required training. Do you understand the city's expectations of an agent of this business?
Yes.
Okay. Please know that our police department likes to come out and do random checks and to verify that procedures are being followed. And obviously, there are repercussions if the proper rules are not followed. You understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Board, do you have any questions for the applicant? Okay. Well, with that, then, thank you. You can have a seat, Mr. Crowley. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
I need to do it first.
Do it first.
Yes. Make a motion to approve privileged license agent change request, beer and wine and Sunday sales, 475 Windy Hill Road, Southeast Smyrna, Georgia, 30082. Windy Hill Smyrna LLC with Satish Corelli as agent.
Thank you. With that, we can vote. Technical difficulties. Hold on a moment.
Question for you, ma'am. I don't see my case on the docket here for the variance hearing.
You'll have to talk to the staff right over there. Maybe Joey can help you. Okay, by a show of hands, who is for? Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, now to consider item 2, case V24-052, a variance request to increase the maximum impervious surface area, land lot 489, at 2649 Grady Street, Justin Sims. This request is, the applicant has requested this be tabled to the July 24th meeting. So do I have a motion to table?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Let's vote. Everybody's work this time? Okay, good. Okay. Now I have a request to actually move an item on the agenda. I'd like to request that we have a motion to move item D, which is variance 24-054, up on the agenda to be considered next. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so let's manually vote to move it up on the agenda. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? It passes 3-0, or unanimously, I should say. So with that, let's hear item V24-054, a variance request to allow encroachment into the city's 50-foot undisturbed street buffer in land lot 530 at 1153 Ryan Chase. Frank Polagrudo is the applicant. Awesome. And good afternoon, Mr. Stobbs.
Good morning. I'm Joey Stobbs, Planner 2 with Community Development. This is variance case V24-054. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow an encroachment into the city's 50-foot undisturbed buffer to retain a deck at 1153 Ryan Chase. The applicant is proposing to retain a newly erected 286 square foot deck in its current location. The rear of this property is encumbered by a city 75-foot buffer, a 50-foot undisturbed buffer, and a state 25-foot buffer for the whole rear yard. So no matter where they build on the back of the property, it requires a variance. Roughly 140 square feet of this deck lies in the city's 50-foot undisturbed buffer, and approximately 147 square feet is in the state's 25-foot buffer. The city engineer has determined that the encroachment into the city stream buffer is considered minor and thus exempt from any remediation. And he has corresponded with the State Environmental Protection Division, and they are not requiring any additional remediation. Staff is recommending approval of the request with 2 conditions. One, that the requested variance shall be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. And 2, which is irrelevant now, but a determination by the Georgia Environmental Protection Division shall be made as to whether mitigation will be required for encroachment into the state's 25-foot stream buffer prior to the issuance of the building permit. Be happy to answer any questions.
Board, do we have any questions of staff? Okay, thank you, Mr. Stobbs. Is the applicant here? Yes, ma'am. If you could step up, please, to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Name is Frank Polagrudo, owner of Dexa Moore. The property is located at 1153 Ryan Chase in Smyrna, Georgia. And we're literally just, there's an existing deck there. We got all these stream buffers and everything else in there. We're just tearing down the deck and rebuilding it and putting it on the back of the house.
Okay, great. Any other information you want to share with the board?
No, I will comply with all the city's recommendations from Mr. Stobbs and the city engineers.
Good, you took my next question, which is you understand the stipulations involved and are willing to comply. Okay, good. Any board, do you have any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is a public hearing. If anyone here wishes to speak in favor or against this item, please come forward to the podium at this time. All right, seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve V24-054, allow encroachment into the city's 50-foot undisturbed stream buffer, land lot 530, 1153 Ryan Chase, Frank Polagruto, applicant.
Second the motion.
Great, so we can please vote. Vote passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, moving on to item C. B24-53, a variance request to increase the maximum impervious surface area from 35% to 44% in land lot 560 at 2730 Morris Circle. Ashley Dover applicant. And actually, I believe there are 3 items at this address. We'll go ahead and let you give the background on all 3, and then we'll take votes separately.
Okay. This is for variance request V24-053 to increase the maximum impervious surface area from 35% to 44%. V24-062 to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 5 feet. And V24-063 to allow an additional accessory structure. The subject property is at 2730 Morris Circle, which is a corner lot. Is at the intersection of Walker Court and Morris Circle. The subject property is currently occupied by a 3,589 square foot single-family home built in 2020. The existing house is currently situated in the middle of the lot with the front porch on Morris Circle and a side entry garage on Walker Court. The applicant is proposing to build a 381 square foot pool and spa with a 320 square foot cabana in the rear of the property. The accessory structure ordinance allows 1 accessory structure use per lot. Since they're proposing a pool and a cabana, they will require the variance for the second accessory structure. Also, since the lot is a corner lot with front setbacks on Walker Street and Morris Circle, the applicant has minimal area to build a swimming pool, a cabana without encroaching into setbacks. The applicant is able to maintain the 5-foot accessory structure rear setback, but is requesting a variance to reduce the side setback to 5 feet in order to construct both the pool and the cabana fully in the rear yard. After the addition of the pool and the accompanying cabana, the impervious surface area will be above the allowable 35% by 9%, roughly 950 square feet. To offset the impervious surface area, the applicant is proposing to build a rain garden in the northwest corner of the rear yard. City engineer has reviewed that and is recommending approval of that. So staff recommends approval of those 3 variances with 3 conditions. 1, approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the mitigation plan submitted with variance application. 2, a stormwater inspection and maintenance agreement shall be completed and recorded with the Cobb County Superior Court prior to issuance of the pool permit. And 3, a stormwater as-built certification statement shall be submitted to community development for prior approval prior to issuance of certificate of completion. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stobbs. Is the applicant here? Good morning. If you could just state your name and address for the record, please.
Okay. My name's Ashley Dover. I am with Georgia Classic Pool. Our address, 1301 Iron Mountain Road. I'm here on behalf of the homeowner at 2730 Morris Circle. He's also here as well.
Good, thank you. Do you have any additional information you'd like to share with us today?
I mean, I don't have anything additional. I think he covered it all. We are requesting for those 3 separate variances, and like you said, we do plan to mitigate for that lot coverage by installing a rain garden, and in agreement with the 3 stipulations that the staff put forward.
Okay, and do you understand the standard conditions and stipulations that have been applied to this?
Yes.
Does the homeowner understand that as well? Okay, good, thank you. Any questions from the board? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. If anyone here wishes to speak in favor of or against this item, please come forward at this time. Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Okay.
For the first item.
Okay.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24053, increase the maximum impervious surface area from 35% to 44%, land lot 560, 2730 Morris Circle, Ashley Dover applicant.
Second.
With that, we should vote. Passes unanimously. I'll entertain a motion for item E.
You have to say public
Probably.
hearing stuff again, I think.
Yes, I do, you're right about that. This is a public hearing. Does anyone here wish to speak in favor or against this particular item? Please come to the podium. Hearing none, we will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24062, reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 5 feet, land lot 560, 2730 Morris Circle, Ashley Dover applicant.
Second.
Thank you. With that, let's vote. Passes unanimously. Item F, which is V24-63, a variance request to allow a second accessory structure on land lot 560 at 2730 Morris Circle, Ashley Dover applicant. Is there anyone here? This is a public hearing. Anyone in favor or against to speak? Please approach the podium. All right, seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24-063, allow second accessory structure at land lot 560, 2730 Morris Circle, Ashley Dover applicant.
Second.
With that, let's vote. It does pass unanimously. So, thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to the next three items, I believe are also at the same address. We'll have staff present them all together, and then we will consider them separately, beginning with item V24-55, a variance request to increase the maximum impervious surface area from 30% to 38.5% in land lot 702 at 2255 Goodwood Boulevard. Christopher, and I'm going to mess your last name up, Christopher, Mr. Tagahabi? Maybe you can tell me how to pronounce it when you come up later. Thank you, Mr. Stobbs.
Good morning. This is for three variance requests for the same property, 2255 Goodwood Boulevard. Z24-055 to increase the maximum impervious surface area from 30% to 38.5. V24-060 to reduce the front setback from 25 feet to 24.5 feet. V24-061 to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 6 feet. The applicant is proposing to remodel the existing 1,600 square foot townhome with a 1,000 square foot addition. That's a two-story townhome with a basement, so all those levels will be included in that addition. The existing home is pushed to the southeast of the property with a large front and side yard due to the triangular shape of the lot. Due to this irregular shape, the applicant is proposing to extend the line of the existing home with a 0.5 foot encroachment into the front and a 4 foot encroachment into the side, since the existing home is already located in that plane. After the proposed addition, a 465 square foot of impervious coverage will be added to the property, going from the allowable 30% by 8.5%. To offset the increase in the impervious surface area, the applicant is adding stormwater mitigation to the property, which the city engineer has reviewed and believes is he's supportive of the concept that they're proposing. The staff is recommending approval of those three variances with three conditions. One, approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the substantial compliance with the mitigation plan and elevation submitted with the variance application. Two, a stormwater inspection and a maintenance agreement shall be completed and recorded with the Cobb County Superior Court prior to issuance of the building permit. And three, a stormwater as-built certification statement shall be submitted to community development for approval prior to issuance of the certificate of completion. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board? Thank you, Mr. Stobbs. Is the applicant here? Hi. Could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, good morning. My name is Rakia Sims, standing in place of Christopher Sazibi.
Okay.
And the address is 2255 Goodwood Boulevard, Smyrna, Georgia, 30080. And I also have the owner standing in as well, Danielle Davis.
Great. And could you state your name for the record, please?
Danielle Davis.
Thank you. You have anything else to add for the board? Any additional information?
No, it's a small addition to the right. The main area is up on the second and third floor. And we have the stormwater mitigation plan, which has been approved, so we'll be able to include that with the construction.
Good. Do you understand the stipulations and the three stipulations and conditions that have been outlined by staff? And you'll
Yes.
be able to comply with those?
Yes.
Okay, good. Board, any questions for the applicant? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is a public hearing on the first item here. Let's take this one separately. The V24-055, increase the maximum impervious surface area from 30% to 38.5% in land lot 702 at 2255 Goodwood Boulevard. Is there anyone here in, yes, ma'am. Well, we can, please approach. I'm trying. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure that I know the right protocol for this, but my name is Debbie Rady. I live at 2305 Goodwood Boulevard, next door to this property, and I'm not opposed to this. I just had some questions. So I don't know really what to do. I guess I want to know how this is going to impact my property since I'm kind of down slope
Okay, all right.
from them. And this gentleman and I had a conversation this morning, but I thought I would come and ask here.
Sure, that's perfectly within your right. Mr. Stobbs, can you want to address at the podium so we can hear?
The most important thing to me was, and this may be part of my fault and my responsibility too, but I have a bank of Leland cypresses
Okay.
on my property. They're really close to the property line, and I was just wondering how those would be impacted by this building, either during the construction or just are they in the way,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Stobbs, can you address that and maybe perhaps
and
how our
also-
tree ordinance
Yeah.
is or is not involved in this?
The proposed addition, they're proposing to go an additional 4 feet beyond the 10-foot side setback. So you got the property line that splits your properties.
Uh-huh.
They're going to be 6 feet away from that property line. Your home is probably another 10 feet off of that property line. So there's a great bit of separation between the two structures.
Well, but I'm not concerned about my structure, I'm concerned about my trees.
Well, that was the first question you asked, was how it affected your property. So I'm just trying to.
Okay.
The trees, they're not proposing any land disturbance beyond their property line. So your trees will not be affected by their development.
Okay, including during construction.
Right, there will be a silt fence that separates their construction from your property. So they
Okay.
cannot go beyond that.
Okay.
It's like an orange fence.
I'm
that-
not opposed to
Yes, ma'am.
them building this, I just want to make sure my trees aren't going to be damaged.
Sure, that's a great, it's a concern and it's a great question. So I think the answer from Mr. Stobbs is is no, yeah, they should be
Okay.
fine.
Then I'm fine with it.
All right, thank you.
And I wish them all their luck.
Okay,
So
good.
They're good neighbors.
Good.
Because they don't make any noise. So,
Those are good
So-
neighbors. Okay, so,
Thank you very much, and I'm sorry I'm so slow. but
You're fine, you're fine.
I can barely stand up, so thank you.
okay, so we were looking at item V24. And is there anyone else here that has any comments on this particular case? Okay, with that, we will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24-055, increase the maximum impervious surface area from 30 to 38.5% land lot 702 2255 Goodwood Boulevard, Christopher Zagegby, applicant.
Second.
Okay, with that, we will vote. Item passes unanimously. Let's move to the next item, V24-060, a variance request to reduce the front setback from 25 feet to 24.5 feet in land lot 702 at 2255 Goodwood Boulevard. Christopher Tugzabi, the applicant. This is a public hearing. If there are any additional comments, please step forward at this time. All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24-060, reduce the front setback from 25 feet to 24.5 feet, land lot 702, 2255 Goodwood Boulevard, Christopher Zagegby.
Second.
Thank you. With that, we will vote. The item passes unanimously. Moving to the next item, V24-061, reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 6 feet in land lot 702 at 2255 Goodwood Boulevard, Christopher Tugzabi, the applicant. Again, this is a public hearing. If there are any additional comments for or against, please approach the podium. Hearing none, we will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V24-061, reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 6 feet, land lot 702, 2255 Goodwood Boulevard, Christopher Zagegby.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. And with that, we will vote. Item passes unanimously. Thank you very much for your application. Okay, with that, we will move forward with the approval of minutes of the June 26, 2024 License and Variance Board meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And second.
Thank you. With that, we will vote. Item passes. Any other items of business before the board? With that, we will adjourn at 10:27 a.m.